this.
Welcome back, guys, to another Clash Royale video. Today we're taking a look at this giant witch strategy that I'm using inside Legendary Arena. Now, one thing I do want to point out about this strategy is it currently has no defense in it, like a cannon or an Inferno Tower. If you want to go ahead and use a defense, I would suggest switching out the Ice Spirit for a cannon or an Inferno Tower, but I'll talk about that a little bit later on. Let's go ahead here, take a look at a few replays, and then we'll finish off with a live battle. So here we go, guys, facing off against a giant Sparky user. Now, fortunately, I do have the Elixir Pump in my starting hand, which is always ideal with any Elixir Pump strategy. So I'm going to go ahead and place that down first in the middle of my base. Whenever you're using the pump and you don't know your opponent's deck yet, I would always suggest placing it down in the middle of your base between both towers. That way, if your opponent is using a minor strategy, both towers are able to defend it. But if your opponent doesn't have a minor in their deck and they're using like a giant support deck with the poison spell, then I would suggest using the electric pump in the back behind one of your towers, because if you use it in the middle, it's just too easy for them to get lots of value for it by using the poison spell on your tower, the pump, as well as all of your defensive troops. Now, I'm doing a slow push here on the right hand side with that witch as well as the giant. The Valkyrie went down there in the left hand lane to take out his musketeer, but take a look at this push right here. The Ice Spirit freezing those barbarians with a Zaspel, finishing them off, saving my witch and a giant witch combo, making it to the tower, doing a crazy amount of damage. Now, my opponent does use the Sparky to try and defend, but with the poison spell there slowing it down, as well as the witch skeletons distracting it, I am able to get the 1 crown for the 1 crown lead. Now, looking back at it, that poison spell was probably unnecessary because the giant witch combo probably would have taken out the tower otherwise, so I probably should have saved that 4 elixir for this defense, because he's coming in pretty hot right here with the giant up front, the Sparky in the back with the musketeer. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do something interesting here, use my giant to distract his Sparky as well as the musketeer long enough, allowing my tower as well as the musketeer combo to finish off his giant, giving me time to cycle to my Valkyrie to take out that Sparky without taking any Sparky hits to my tower. So pretty clutch defense right there, using that giant as a distraction. And that really comes down to not having any defenses in this deck. If I had a cannon in this deck, I could have distracted that giant long enough and used a troop in the back to take out the Sparky, but because I don't have a cannon, I have to focus on the giant first, otherwise the giant will do a ton of damage. Now, like I said before, if you do want to use a defense in this deck, go ahead and switch out the Ice Spirit. That's probably the one wild card in this deck that can be switched out for a defense. Or if you want to, maybe even get rid of the Elixir Pump and play with a faster cycling deck. Now, I'm going to start setting up into the push here on the left-hand lane. Now, I probably could go for the 3 crown victory here, but I have a pretty bad history of trying to go for a 3 crown victory and then overextending and losing a battle that I was winning. So I've learned from my mistakes, and from now on, I pretty much just try, after I had the 1 crown lead, I just try and defend and hold out for the 1 crown lead, or I try and go for that second tower if anything. So Valkyrie there, taking out all the barbarians with 2 witches down, taking out the giant pretty quickly. Now he has a second Sparky down, but the witches are a great counter to Sparky because they keep pumping out skeletons, which distract the Sparky, because of course the Sparky does have a long recharge timer. Now his giant coming in here, but watch how fast this witch musketeer combo takes out the giant. He doesn't even get 1 hit on my tower, so the witch is actually pretty useful on defense if you can get her in a position which will spawn out a bunch of skeletons. Now here we are, guys, with only 4 seconds left, getting the 1 crown victory. Let's go ahead to the next replay. So here we are, guys, facing off against a Royal Giant Sparky Perfecta deck, and this battle was actually pretty stressful for me because I don't have any defenses in this deck to distract that Royal Giant. So I had to play a little bit differently, and I had to soak up a little bit of damage from that Royal Giant, and then hopefully set up a stronger counter push out of it, because instead of spending elixir on a cannon or an Inferno Tower, I'm spending that same elixir on a troop instead. The only downside is the troops don't distract the Royal Giant, but they go back on a counter push, whereas a defense distracts the Royal Giant but won't go back on a counter push for you. So like I said, I had to play a little bit differently and soak up a little bit of damage to my tower, but then hopefully afterwards have a stronger counter push out of it. But like I said before, if you guys want to use a defense in your deck, I would suggest switching out maybe the Ice Spirit or the Elixir Pump. Now he's coming in here with that Royal Giant. I'm using that poison spell to slow it down with the Ice Spirit, freezing it for a couple of seconds, hopefully trying to prevent as much damage as I can, using that Valkyrie as well to finish it off. And at this point in the battle, he doesn't have too much elixir to defend against his Valkyrie. He's going to go ahead and use the Sparky in the back to defend, so the Valkyrie is able to get in there, get a couple shots off. Now I thought about using the Zaspel there to reset the attack timer on the Sparky, but I figured it wouldn't be enough. The Valkyrie wouldn't finish off the tower, and then afterwards, I wouldn't have the Zaspel available for defense, so I decided to play it safe and stick back with that Zaspel. Gonna go ahead and use that Witch there to distract that Sparky with the Zaspel, resetting the attack timer. Looking back at it, that Zaspel probably wasn't necessary, but I was worried that the Ice Wizard next to the Sparky would kill all the Witch skeletons, and the Sparky would attack the Witch instead. But looking back at it, there was one skeleton still alive that distracted the Sparky. Now, thankfully, the Witch is still alive, doing work for me on defense, taking out the Ice Wizard. Gonna go ahead and let her die there because the Princess is still alive. Now, the Princess is a pretty strong counter to the Witch, which is why you don't see too many people using a Witch strategy, just because the Princess is so popular. But ever since the nerf to the Princess, she isn't as strong as a counter to the Witch, because her attacks often miss one of the skeletons. Now, right there, using that Valkyrie as well as the Witch to take out the Royal Giant, like I said, soaking up a little bit of damage, but then having a strong counter push out of it. Gonna go ahead and use that Zaspel to reset the attack timer on the Sparky, and then use the Poison Spell. Now, the reason I use the Poison Spell there is to slow down the recharge speed of the Sparky, hopefully give my Witch enough time to take him out. Now, my opponent there used the Fireball, which is really unfortunate because it one-shots my Witch. If my Witch was up to a competitive level, she wouldn't have died by one shot to that Fireball, but sometimes it's just the way that it is with this game. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use the Musketeer to take out that Princess. Looking back at it, I probably should have used her on my side of the river, but she will go back there, getting a couple shots off on that tower, doing a little bit of chip damage. Gonna go ahead and use the Witch on the left-hand lane, and all I'm really focusing on here is defending for the next 20 seconds. That's why I had the Elixir Pump in the middle of my base, is I know my opponent is using a Royal Giant strategy, so I want to prevent any damage that I can. Otherwise, I wouldn't really recommend using the Elixir Pump in the middle of your base, unless it's like 20 seconds left in a battle, and you're trying to distract a troop from your tower. Now here we are, guys, with only 2 seconds left, getting that 1 crown victory. Let's go ahead here and do a live battle. So here we go, guys, facing off against a level 10, not too shabby. Give me all thumbs up there. And we don't have the pump in our starting hand, and it isn't our next card. So not really the ideal starting hand. If he pumps up, we're in some trouble. He uses the Musketeer, and thankfully it's the same level as ours. I think I'm only 5 cards away from getting my Musketeer to level 8, which is going to be perfect because everyone that I face right now has a Fireball that just one-shots it. Now, do I want to support this with a Witch? No, no, no. Now, here's the one downside to a giant Witch strategy, guys. And that is it right there, that purple guy on his side of the arena. That bowler is so strong against the Witch. But thankfully, the Musketeer doing work for me. I don't know why I used that Ice Spirit so late, but we're going to go ahead and pump up right here. Because the Witch should be able to take out that bowler. Nope, maybe not. So, my opponent is using a giant bowler strategy, I'm assuming, with the Poison Spell. So, I had no idea why I used that pump there. Probably shouldn't have done that. Now, what do we want to do? Let's go ahead and use our... Whoa, look at that Poison Spell. Look at that clutch Poison Spell by him. Now, let's go ahead and do this Witch right here. Because we'll take a little bit of damage, but then hopefully afterwards, we'll have a counter push. Now, like I said before, my opponent is using that bowler deck. Let's go ahead and... Come on, please, please, please. There we go. Now, the good thing with the Witch, and the whole reason why people pair it up with a Giant, is the skeletons go up front and protect the Giant from stuff like mini P.E.K.K.A.s. So here we are, making it to the tower. Thankfully, that tower is distracted, or the bowler is distracted by the Giant. Gonna go ahead and use that Poison Spell to slow it down, and I should be able to take out the tower and get the 1 crown. So even though he's using a strong deck, is he actually gonna rage quit here? I think he might. So let's just play super aggressive. There we go. And I think we're going to get the 3 crown. There we go. That's awfully nice of him. Give him the good game. Let's go ahead and do another battle just because that one was so quick here. So here we are, guys. Facing off against a level 10 again. Give him the old good luck thumbs up. And let's see what we have here. Elixir Pump in our starting hand. Better than the last game. Let's go ahead and place it down right in the middle here. Oh, level 3 Princess, guys. That is not a good sign in terms of his card levels. If he has a level 3 Princess, what other card levels does he have? Ay, ay, ay. I want to go ahead and just use this right here. With a, no, level 9 Musketeer there on the left-hand side. So, like I said, we are in some trouble here in terms of card levels. What I want to do is use a Giant up here for support. With a Valkyrie in the back. Level 6 P.E.K.K.A. Oh no! Level 6 P.E.K.K.A, guys. The P.E.K.K.A is a giant killer. Look at that. 2 shots, our giant is down. And unfortunately, my level 8 witch is no match for those level 11 minions. Like I said before, it's balanced against level 8 commons. So that's a 3 level difference. But it's important that I take out that princess there because the witch is... Nope, never mind. Giant, please. Come on, no. So we're in trouble, guys. This guy's card levels are just insane. Come on, zap. There we go. Thank you. There we go. So we haven't taken any damage yet so far. I might have to hold out for a draw against this one. Because I just don't think I can do it with these card levels. I don't want to be negative or anything, but but he's got level 6 epics, level 3 legendary, and level 9 commons, or level 9 rare, sorry. So I don't want to pump up here. I don't want to pump up because he's setting up a push. So what I want to do is poison spell with an ice spirit and Valkyrie in the back, please. I want the giant to distract the P.E.K.K.A. with the Valkyrie in the back doing work to the support. And let's go ahead and Musketeer here. And then we should be able to take out all those minis without any damage to the tower. There we go. And let's see here. I don't have any time to pump up here, guys. No time to pump up. Giant, please. Go down in front, please. And let's go ahead and poison all this. Come on, poison, please. Unfortunately, the witch is going to go down by that poison spell because she was a bit too fast and walked in front and got hit by the splash damage of the wizard there. Let's go ahead and do this with the freeze there. We're going to go ahead and zap all this. With this in the back to pull back the P.E.K.K.A, please. Poison spell slowing everything down. And let's go ahead and use an Ice Spirit right here. Come on, kill, kill, kill. No, not even one hit. Come on. Ay, ay, ay. Get him the crying face there. Another P.E.K.K.A coming down here soon, I'm expecting. With a poison spell as well. Let's go ahead and use a Valkyrie right here. Poison spell to slow this all down. Ice Spirit, distraction. Nope, the P.E.K.K.A takes it out before he even spawns. So, take it out, please. There we go. Let's go ahead and use our giant to distract all of this. With a Muskie in the back. How much time we have left? 30 seconds. I don't think I can do it with 30 seconds left, guys. I don't think I can hold out for the draw with that much time left. Poison all this. What is he? He's probably going to use a princess to finish off my tower. Come on. Oh, no, no. Ay, ay, ay. That's not what I wanted at all. Come on, kill it, kill it, kill it. Thank you. Ay, ay. One more poison spell is all he needs, guys. That's all he needs is one more poison spell. And with 12 seconds left, he's going to do it. He's going to do it with 12 seconds left. Hit him with the crying face there. Come on, 3, 2, 1. We get the draw, guys. We held out for the draw. So that battle was pretty insane, but he was using a strong counter to the giant. If you guys don't know yet, the P.E.K.K.A is an extreme counter to all of the giant meta right now, especially P.E.K.K.A 3 Musketeers or the P.E.K.K.A Devil Prince strategy. But anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.